they've done. Swapping Band completely onto KJ, swapping Munchkin completely onto Controller. I think it's important to solidify that. That was still up in the air in the offseason.
Well, they've certainly made their intentions clear early on. You see the orb funneled early into QCK, the wall goes up. And the interesting thing, too, is you left DGs in here in this position if it is a late push towards B.
And T1 is starting. That's such a good shot from DGs in.
And the setup was gorgeous.
Just over top of the wall, giving himself a little bit of a sliver of an angle. That wall can be deeper to completely block that, but leaving it open on purpose. I think Mimi on the desk right there really wanted to maul about not having a Sage in this comp for T1. And they are starting on attack, so it really does have to be coordinated. There's a Molly still on the site right now. Oh, shock Molly, barely. But Zeta gets off, so that's a lot of time where the rotate is coming in.
That's so much time.
He has to fight. They might not get this down entirely.
Carpe's shots onto MW Zera. Secures one.
Fighting screens, I like this idea.
Spike still not planted. Zeta now trying to get it down as Carpe was trying to take some space. Try to buy some cover and provide some safety for the spike to go down. And he pays for it with his life, but the mission was accomplished. But you're only halfway there. Now Saya has to try to keep this thing alive long enough for it to go down, and every single shot goes wide. QCK gets 3 on the round. He had the orb to open things up, and now he's going to get the defuse. He is well on his way to having that res online early.
It's tough to find value on defense with the Sage res as a plan, but obviously it's such a big tool.
And they seem to care about it enough to intentionally get him that orb early.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think in that case, you're just putting the wall up. You might as well take it. You're under no threat, really, unless Saya like updrafts or something like that.
Sure.
But you have DGs in to hold you there. And I think this is where you're going to start to see some frustration form on the players of T1. Remember the series that we saw on ICEBOX from Secret versus Team Liquid? The amount that you could do with a Sova and Viper Molly shot combo.
You look at the buys right now, and you think it was T1 who won the round. They have full Spectres, or full Stingers, excuse me, while the rest of Fury still has 3 pistols to work with.
That's actually ridiculous. I mean, this is taking a lot of shortcuts. You would think maybe there's 2 rifles, and then the rest are pistols, like a Na'Vi does, but
yeah,
it's just 2 Spectres.
A conservative approach, nonetheless.
And honestly, I kind of like it against what could be a Stinger force, right? You're giving yourself this chance with the 2 Spectres.
And they
Pistols are really weak, though.
And they should know at this point. They heard a couple of Spectres go up,
flash!
but Munchkin was flashed as he tried peeking through the wall.
And let me be clear, there's no flash on the side of Furia. That was a team flash.
Here. Once again, they struggle to try to get the spike down and try to take some of this space. Saya dashing forward. They try to peek together, and they both peek down to their deaths. Now Carpe left alone. He has no armor. He's weak, but he does have the spike. And he has a little bit of room to work with. The flick from MW Zera not landing.
Oh, it's only a ghost now. This is where things get really hairy. 26 HP, but
not off the rope.
Oh, the Spectre! He just picked it up. Swap to it, too.
17 seconds, still plenty of time. DG's in, cleans it up with the ghost. And here we start to see the implications of a buy in the second round when you've lost the pistol.
Here's that flash as well. Flashing him as he's on the rope. And he thinks he's safe. Oh, for a second there, Digizim might try to float deep on the belt. Instead, he's got the op right now, trained onto Zeta's position. And we saw the 3rd round op for Fury in the last game, too. You see the intention with their buy now.
Yep.
Not only was it really good against the Stinger force, and also not taking super risks, there would have been 3 players right now who could have completely invested. Both QCK and Khalil, who right now have to only invest Spectres, but that bank is going to build up and potentially keep an op in this too.
He didn't see his foot. He didn't see his foot. If Saya's wise to it and checks, oh, just narrowly missing the shot, and DG's in does not.
He just wall banged him. 1 shot through the wall. It's not easy to get op wall bangs, but there you go. DJ Zin is a monster right now.
And dude, you kind of think about, again, their force in the previous round. I'm assuming Saya didn't have any armor.
He also just spotted the spike got picked up right now, so it's not going to call a rotate off for Furia. But it is going to give them time, now that there's 30 seconds left to move over towards it, Digizin still on that angle. He knows A is clear right now. Oh, the orb right now too. QCK's decayed though.
But
risky play.
He is bold, man. Peeking through the wall to try to deal with the aggression.
The molly missed.
That one did not. Ban takes a little bit of damage there, and MW's Air is able to clean it up. See the shock dart for back yellow. Munchkin taking no damage up until that point. And Carpe in an unwinnable, impossible situation.
And the bank is rolling. Now they've got this op up, a bunch of rifles too. And Khalil finds, is there even another one? No, there's not.
Yeah, I got it. Oh man, I thought we were gonna get the, we may still actually.
Oh yeah, the wall bang right here.
Yeah.
That's I think Saya wants to take it too, Digizin, but he's not over towards A. This time he's over towards the top of yellow, and yeah, he misses the shot. Was it shoulder peak? Tough to hit. It's the same angle from pistol.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Just way deeper.
And I wondered here how they chose to go about this. I thought Sai would rotate over to take the fight to Digizin, knowing where he is, but they seem intent on ending A.
Just holds pipe the entire time waiting. So his team can cross, and now he'll lead up. This drone is going to find some info.
MW's Era.
That's 3 spotted.
He's got ult.
That's Zeta too, yeah. He could easily pop that. But he is now getting ready to not only hold mid with QCK, but getting ready to use the ult to deny the plant and hope for a flood from his teammates. T1 is so cautious right now. They're falling both off of B and A. You could see indecisiveness right there from Carpet.
Hey, indecisiveness, apprehension, perhaps a little fear.
I mean, they haven't spotted the op yet. I know they've gotten up close on towards A, but he could still be anywhere in the back of rafters. That angle has not been cleared.
30 seconds left.
Now they know. He just fired off another shot over towards B. So they know he didn't rotate from that beginning early shot.
And for the first time in what feels like the entire series, it's actually
forget
Fury
the
who
ult.
are a bit behind on the rotations, but the Hunter's Fury may be enough to delay. Look, 15 seconds left. The spike has not been planted, and it just falls.
Oh,
And Zeta does too. The res is going to bring Mazine back up. 10 seconds left. Now the Hunter's Fury used.
Spike's going down.
3. Saya gets it down. DGzin's left alone in this 1v2. His clutch is going to have to be outrageous. He's got Saya right above him. Carpe spotted. The shots land, but the first ones go a bit too wide, and that buys enough time for Saya to reposition and clean him up.
Well, that is knife for a second to try to dodge. And that almost got him killed. This was a big ult from Carpe. Oh, okay. Following up the ult and the trajectory where that player is going, that is beautiful stuff
Very
from Carpe.
cool. Yep.
And while, yes, there was indecisiveness, that clearly didn't matter. Digizin almost gets something with that updraft. He's only got knives this round. Teammate has a full buy, though. And Saya's working B, swapping it up. Ooh.
Oh, the op shot misses. The blades do initially too, and QCK is the one who saves the day. Saya trying to dip once again.
They've got the orb from Maz in there as well to help the players rotate out of yellow if needed. Normally this would be where T1 would have the Sage res, but no Sage in their comp.
Unlucky.
And that would have been easy to get back up into the advantage situation, kind of waste the utility and space. That, oh, is this another situation where QCK did not spot the op?
Gotta be careful here. Oh, QCK gets 2 there.
How in
He
the
was
world did that
spamming through the
happen?
wall.
Which is ridiculous, too. They're just coming out. It's a phantom spray. So many kills through smoke.
And they knew where he was. He had been spotted. They knew that there was someone who could have been spamming through that angle. DGZin, excuse me. Gets 1 on the ban. Saya, the money situation, not great. 10 seconds left. He falls. The op goes down with him.
And they'll recover it, too. Khalil, yep. Of course, but I don't think they're going to choose to do so. There's too many players who are low money. Here's the first kill from QCK, and then 1 and 2.
Holy smokes, man.
I mean, that was 3 bullets. That's the type of thing that you just
You just can't make that stuff up. Hear the blades used.
He updrafted to try to find a pick down B long. And you have seen QCK playing that a lot. Hey, even Digis in. Remember, they're trying to get that wall down deep. Just avoids it entirely. I've always loved watching Saya when he has knives. Go for updraft kills like that, but it's also so well known that it's tough to find value.
They're going to push forward here. Munchkin's 1 point away from having the pit to work with, but DG's in. Shorty done. Mazine does as well. And they had a shot there, but it had to be off of Saya finding value with the blades. And the plan just kind of falls apart here.
It was good, but I mean, if you need proof, that, folks, right there is why you buy a Shorty as your secondary. And they know they have space on this A-side Furia, so they're too cautious right now. I mean, really cautious, and that's for good reason. They want to give up anything.
Fadeaway Shorty not landing, but Mazine swings around, gets 4 on the round. The Prime Gaming Flawless comes through.
This just uses knife, by the way. So another round, and all of a sudden,
Holy smokes.
they're ecoing again. Oh, that shot from Mazin on the band, too. And it's always just peeking with darts. I don't really know why T1 was going for a left side plant there. If they were expecting a flank to come in.
Along with economy to work with.
A huge amount of time able to talk to everybody. Look, Furia is bringing something out. Aggression towards A. That dart spot's nothing. They could go fully over towards A and start to flank this push. Saya as well, dashing in with the Vandal. That's what I wanted to see, but this flank is causing issues immediately.
Yeah,
that's the KJ ult down. He's not going to be able to use that at all.
They still should have the Viper's Pit to work with. The question is, how fast are they going to go off of this? Because they have to be expecting pressure. They have to be expecting the flank. This is a very different plant spot. It's outside of the pit as well.
Oh, and that's unexpected, actually. Furia expected it to be covering the site normally, but this one's deep inside of the lane, so they have Snowman control, and they can play for this. KO'd out.
They have Snowman control, they have the wall that they can work with through, and that's exactly the way that DG's in is going to be going. But how much more can Saya player hold them back? Shots go a bit wide. QCK cleans them up. It's 3v3 here on the round.
It's not planted inside that smoke, though.
They still have Snowman control.
And Mazin has a counter ult if he wants to go for it.
And remember here, they have the wall that they can still cycle through. And there it is. Like, DG's in has so much, there's so much for him to get through.
Yeah, money an issue here.
This is a really nice setup.
They're thinking about it. I love that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I want them to start getting aggressive with Saya player. Get him through that wall. Push into Snowman. And even there, a nice little innovative ult from Munchkin. They are not done yet. They buy into this round. They're going to slow and push. And then also in mid, they're double mollying. And trying to get space and control before that Viper orb goes up.
You mentioned the counter ult from Mazine. Doesn't use it in the previous round, so he has that to work with now. And that is where the hit is headed. He's got to stay alive. No, he falls. Ban has the lockdown too to potentially secure this, and there it is, invested.
And MW is 3 off his ult, so not even close. Got shock darts, but no mollies to combo, as Mazin fell earlier. This KJ ult was quite early there. I'd already cleared the site. So this still is a lot of time for them to retake. Look at the double flank going on, though.
Yeah, but Ban just dropped the alarm bot. Literally just drop it. So that's going to give some info over, but the thing is you don't have anything watching belt.
DG's not there to punish yet.
Oh, but he's going to be able to provide pressure from up top as well. Ban's fallen, so now they have pressure applied from all sorts of different angles. This feels so reminiscent to the Pearl round where they got surrounded on B. This time it's on A and ICEBOX, and they try to push them back, and they do!
T1 has eliminated the lead. I thought as well with that double flank coming in, they did net themselves 2 kills, but that's a huge round for both Zeta and Carpet to not only deal with the pressure in front of them, of the players coming through spawn, but easily handling the flank as well.
CL smiles
Down
for
on
T1.
A, but again, look at the buy. It's not great. Yeah, he's ulting on A, investing it on it, and Sai is doing what we saw earlier in the tournament, just going up, breaking the turret.
Dude, Saya looks out of this timeout, out of everything that's gone on, Saya looks a bit more loose. And maybe that's the key for T1. Unleash Saya.
I wonder if there's a fear here that there's a force. Oh, the molly's so good. They didn't follow it up. It missed, actually. But the dart was going to scan him. I don't know how Khalil is not breaking that for him. There's 4 people here, though. They're walking into a full stack right now. The spike's not here, though, so not the biggest of risks.
They have the molly to deny that early plant spot. And they have to fight back yellow. The gun difference should be on full display, and it is. Zeta clearing it out. With a smooth little 2K.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, they should be able to bully their way through this.
That's clear sight as well. There's not really much more to delay. They wait for the fuel to come back up. Now they're going to go for the plant. Still no Sage Roll. Remember, the dart's in the back, making sure nobody's spraying through. Oh, killed down. Yeah. 20 seconds, but he's nowhere near, so.
I don't know how he survived as long as he did, to be honest with you.
So that's the only kill they'll get, probably. I have to wonder how specifically Khalil, who's the player in question about the illegal molly, is adapting, right? Was he relying on that? Is he going to have to adjust and make sure he's using safe mollies, in a sense? Oh, there's another kill. We're all tied up. I mean, that is such a fast change.
Momentum all in favor of Furia. The crowd was fully behind it. And we're talking about an entirely different game here.
Yeah, and I have to criticize a little bit here, Furia. The approach to old standards, right? Digizin on the op. They've got the money flowing again. But the approach from T1 is exactly what I wanted to see out of that timeout. Try to break this turret. Okay, that smoke. He's still in a strat. And it's not exactly working out. Oh.
Khalil? Well, I thought
he was going to swing that.
Yep. Just a little bit too far back. Didn't quite have the positioning to do it.
I think everybody and their entire family watched that Koi NRG game where Koi was completely using Fatino to break down that turret. So it's a well-known idea now. But this is it. They're threatening the flank. They're threatening the mid-pressure. It's pulling people off. Forcing QCK to play here, forcing them to jump spot out of Boiler. And it leaves players like Digizin in a world of hurt. Oh, the reclear. 45 seconds, yeah, I like the idea. Okay, let's get some space in mid, make sure there's no flank so we can hold whatever site they go towards. But not only now, they have to cover that space, but the hold is weaker.
Carpe has a Hunter's Fury too for post-playing if need be.
And that can counter the lockdown that Khalil has, so.
Yeah.
Maybe they can try to get a Hunter's Fury counter ult. Oh, the shock
my gosh,
volley.
that hurts. Spike's still not down.
Volley landed slightly before, but this is what I'm talking about. No Sage, no plant.
The floor is lava. He's got nowhere that's safe. Lockdown used, countered by the Hunter's Fury. Khalil pushing forward. Khalil gets 2. How much more can he find? So he's fallen. Saya player able to take him out. It's a 2v3. And it all falls onto Saya. He's got blades, he's got time, and he's got health. 6 bullets to work with. The high-low is way too much for him to deal with.
The response from Furia, we will not let you take the lead.
And note, it is going back to what worked for them before.
Oh, absolutely.
You mentioned it, Paula. Out of the break, it was a little different, maybe perhaps gimmicky, as some might say, but this round, they go back to what they know, to what worked for them the entire first half, and who would have thought? It works.
And those shock molly combos are so difficult with the comp that T1 has trying to get on the site. But I have to say as well, this half right now has fallen completely out of Furia's hands. Well. Saya goes back to the op and instantly punished. The first head-to-head we really see between Digizin and Saya when they both have ops. And this is what I was saying. Kind of, I wanted T1 to avoid this.
Yeah.
Because it's too passive.
I mean, they're trying to avoid it now, but it's perhaps too late.
Crowd erupting for Digizin there.
As the silence in the round was deafening.
So little tools here. They're going to need to rely on a flash to get through this wall or just wait for it to go out. But don't forget the tools. There wasn't that many ults used for Fury. They still have the Hunter's Fury. And with this drone tag too, it might be impossible to escape. Zeta's tagged. Here it comes.
Tagged up, he managed to avoid the first one, the second one, and the third may be trouble, no.
35 seconds, still shock, still a molly.
DGZin still on the opposite side of the map.
Karpik on the other side, dodges it entirely. Zeta!
3 pushing up that way, and only one falls, but Furia are able to keep him back. The spike's been planted, how did Ben get those two? Now Munchkin alone in this 1v3. He's healthy, has so many targets to work with, the shots are errant. They do not land. Mazid's gonna get the defuse. Furia's gonna have a 7-5 lead at half.
Just relying on what worked at the beginning of the half, ends up carrying back into the old habits too with the Saya player up, and no presence in mid.
That's just so tough too, man.
It's stubbornness.
It is, it absolutely is. And sometimes that stubbornness pays off, and other times it does not. That was one of the instances where that was not the case. Let's throw it down to the desk to break down that first half. GB, take it away. But now they're on attack, and it was Achilles who said it on the desk. My eyes goes towards DGZin. How different will he play this from Saya?
T1 was expecting actually some mid presence going in right there. Oh! Talk about a head-to-head. DGZin is not letting Saya into the game.
Did you see the head nod?
Oh,
He's like, no, bro, not here. Not in my house.
All up to Munchkin right now and Ben to hold off the sight hit.
They've got numbers. They've got numbers. He's playing in the smoke, and oh, he tried getting one, but Mazid was 2.
And they plant deeper here too.
Oh, this looks like disaster. And that's exactly what it is. Another round in favor of Furia. The crowd only gets louder and louder. So clean out from the scene. The positioning there, Score just putting himself in a spot where he can help his team deal with the early hits, and there it is, man.
It's like, what are you doing?
You play with a little swagger. Confidence is the secret, bro.
Oh, updraft as well. DGZin, just a ghost. This is the same type of buy we saw.
But he's feeling it, bro.
He wants to get that third round out potentially. Especially if he gets a 2. I think he needs 2 kills here to get that online. Or just 1 and don't lose any armor.
They pushed back yellow. The flash in the faces. Yeah, Munchkin was the one who actually peeked. The molly's gonna hurt, but the swing hurts more. Another shot out as QCK cleans it up. It's just 2 that remain on the side of T1, and that quickly is cut in half.
Oh, and he is confident. He's hunting.
Yeah, bro. That's a scary thought when you have a player to the caliber of DGZin's feeling himself, pushing forward, taking these fights aggressively. It's just so difficult to deal with.
Taking over the game, too.
Yep.
And do not let this lead balloon to 5, because that's where we were headed before the round was awarded. And that was when they looked at their weakest. Looked almost deflated.
And you're in danger of fully losing control.
Saya aggressive on B, actually gets Malzahn. That's the Viper down. So many tools now actually taken away, but the execute's still really nice here. Out from Furia. But they don't get through it.
RFA feeling some of the heat. QCK from up top takes Ban down. Numbers in favor of T1, but they quickly equalize. Now the res out, bringing Khalil back. They have site control, and they've got DGZin in the middle of the map. And he's gone hunting yet again. 1 spotted, 1 dropped. Munchkin just on the other side, and MW's Era cleans him up. It's domination by committee for Furia. Saya player with too much to do and not enough time. At best, you save the Vandal and bring it into the next round.
Almost a must at this point.
I mean, you've fully lost control of the situation if you're T1 here.
Furia. And they look not to stop rolling, not even a little bit. Ban right there, showing the inexperience on land for him. It's his first time out here as well. There's so much to talk about the T1 roster, but Looking at him specifically right now. On sight.
Similar look from the previous round. DG's in pushing the pace, and Carpe cannot handle it. Now Mazine trying to swing out as well, and every kill going Furia's way.
It's looking like they cannot lose these fights.
Oh.
And it's hilarious because Digizin now doing the stuff that Saya was doing when they found success. And it's T1 who doesn't have any answers. It's T1 who's even losing frags to it. And the funny part is, too, not even breaking the turret because Ban has all his utility elsewhere.
Dude, he's not missing.
They're planting the spike on A, and they're killing the players who are still on B.
And it's not just DGZin who's out there. Look at where Mazine is. I mean, they've got him all sorts of discombobulated.
And it's the star left in these situations over and over and over. And he's not able to do anything to help his team. It's just falling all apart around him. He went through the smoke. Jin just doesn't stop. Oh!
All right, so Sai, it turns out Sai is still really good at the game. But an 11-5 lead for Furia.
This is just too clean from Digizin. And Mazin, the double flank. I mean, it's not even a flank. That's the first thing that's happening in the round. That's the first thing that T1 needs to bring attention to. And there's just nothing there to try to stop it. Not a molly, not a recon, nothing.
Right.
Don't lose bodies to it at the same time.
Right.
Aggression from T1. They've got the opposite side's hands. He doesn't take the shot. Khalil gets through.
I feel like he takes that shot 9 times out of 10.
He's backing off as well, even though there's a drone here. They've given it up, all the space. Back to Furia. Zeta has the tools potentially to flash through and peek, but he's not going to go for it. So much hesitation.
But they're fully giving up the site.
And there's a pit too.
Hunter's Fury used.
Find Zeta.
Zeta's in trouble. Zeta's dead.
Pit's down.
They've got the pit too, but Carpe trying to hold them back.
And they get the plan as well. MW holds the flank. The knife is out.
Oh my God, he gets it anyway. Ban continues to struggle, but can T1 snatch it back? A 2v2. They still have to deal with the pit from Mazine.
Oh, and he's up high too. This is so difficult, but the call's been made.
MW Zera has 2 shot darts to work with.
He's on the rope.
He's gone aggressive. They're going for the jugular. They smell blood in the water.
Out of the pit too. They can fully play this post plants. 2 shocks for MW. And Mazin, they're up in the nest.
So much to deal with. He's gotten it down to a 1v1 though. Oh gosh, he's gotten into a 1v1. Carpe's shot, what is filthy?
No time.
No way! Oh, the heroics just a bit too late. Map point, series point.
T1 looked like they had a chance in this game. When T1 looked like they came out of that round being awarded to them with new life, what they didn't expect was Furia to come out in this second half like absolute beasts. And you can see it in how they're playing. They're now scared.
I've been scared for a few rounds, bro. Very nice knife there. Puts it in a position that's really impossible to clear. Seen creeping forward, and he's by himself here.
MW's just jump spotting to see if Syed pushed this. He's done it before. We're gonna have the head-to-head. Here's Digizin against the drone. He's gonna peek with it. Can he get the shots?
No
just
shot. He
barely
gets
gets away. I mean, he wanted it.
He hit that. Oh, he hits it that time!
There's just no winning if you're Saya. Mazin's up close too. No, not gonna find this one, but the pressure's over towards A. And meanwhile, there's only one player watching it right now. I think Mazin got the info.
Yeah, I think they conceal this in such a way that you would think everyone else is with the Viper, and it's Jet by themselves, but that's the opposite of what's true. They've gotten onto A, they've gotten the wall up, and now they should be able to get the spike down.
Oh, and look how cautious Ban is this time of the player on top of the wall. That wall is not broken. He's waiting for his teammates to get there, but that is time.
Look at the mollies on the spike. How do they get through this? I don't know that they can, but Munchkin's gonna do his damnedest. TCK from up top, drops Zeta, pushes forward, aggressive as backside is gone. 2 left on the side of T1. Numbers in favor of Furia as the crowd silences with bated breath as they wait to see how the round will end. And it's all onto Munchkin, and he cannot do